With a bike like the all-new Ducati Street Fighter V4, it's quite the treat to ride it out on the track. Actually, it's a treat to ride any bike out on the track. Of course, the Street, as it is aptly named, still easily delivers a real-world urban and daily riding experience, despite notions that the Ducati brand's natural habitat is in the racetrack. Welcome to Makina Moto Features. We go to the Clark International Speedway to ride.
Cheated and lied, broken so bad. You made a vow, never get mad. You played the game, though it's unfair. They're all the same, who could compare? First you lose trust, then you get worried. Night after night, bar after club, dropping like flies. Who woke you up on the front lawn? Sprinklers turned on.
The latest Naked from Ducati is born out of the Fight formula. What is the Fight formula? It is a Desmosedici Stradale engine with biplane wings, a Panigale V4 electronic package, 178 kilograms, high and wide handlebars, and an incredible power output of 208 horsepower. All that minus the fairings. That is the Fight formula. That's what makes up the Ducati Street Fighter V4. Apart from the traditional sporty Ducati red, it also now comes in the new dark stealth, and of course, it is now Euro 5 compliant.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Dear friend, as you know, your flowers are withering.
Design-wise, it is pretty evident, especially in the dark stealth, that the lines show off a badass aspect to it. The Street Fighter V4 is badass, but at the same time, smart-looking. It doesn't look like a brainless bully or a thug, mainly because of its MotoGP-derived electronics managing a brute 208 HP Desmosedici Stradale engine. As naked bikes go, design-wise, even that was redefined for the Street Fighter. The handlebars are higher and wider, which means ease of use, better leverage to handle the bike, and make an already light bike even lighter. The biplane configuration wings designed by Ducati Corse. Of course, it has purpose beyond making the bike look cool. At 270 kilometers per hour, the wings give it a downforce of 28 kilograms to help keep it planted on the road. The wings make the bike even more stable at higher speeds.
Hello, TJ.
Hi Zach, how are you?
How are you doing?
I'm good. This bump.
Okay, so the Street, I've been lusting about this bike. Tell us more about it.
Alright, so guys, this is the Ducati Street Fighter. So this is actually the V4S model, so this is the top of the line one with the all-in suspension. So basically what Ducati's done is that they've taken the super successful V4 Superbike platform that was launched in 2018 and made it into basically a street bike killer for the road. So this is basically a do-it-all bike. You can ride it on the track, in the mountain roads, on the street, even your daily commute. It brings you the benefits of being a little bit easier to handle with a more upright position, the lower rear sets.
So I think it's a nice
yeah.
way to get people on something as powerful without being intimidated with the looks of the Panigale, right?
Yeah, you can say that. It's actually like a Ducati Monster. It's
Ah,
a very
okay.
easy position.
In terms of power versus its full-fared sibling, is there much of a difference, or?
Yeah, there's not much difference between power. Actually, to be honest, you'll feel it. It's a lot of power. I can say it's same or very similar to the V4.
I mean, coming from you to say na considering you're so used to this kind of
Yeah,
power, and for you
yeah.
to say it's powerful.
Yeah.
Malakas talaga siya.
Oh yeah, it's powerful. Especially you don't have a windshield, it's a lot. This one has the full Ducati package of electronics such as the wheelie control, slide control, and cornering ABS, and other track-ready features such as the lap timer, and also
Wow.
something to make it more comfortable such as electronic self-adjusting suspension.
Okay. What I like about Ducati is it has all of these things.
Yeah.
I featured a bunch of Ducati bikes already, like the X Diavel and all of that. Although it sounds like there's so much tech going on, it's not difficult to comprehend.
No, no.
I mean, it's easy to manipulate and figure out.
Parang cellphone lang yan.
What I like about the new Street Fighter is that for riders like me who look for the occasional thrill here and there while being mindful that I have a 2-year-old to go home to, this bike is very accommodating at low speeds and at the same time still very eager to accelerate without you having to worry about lifting the front end, unless that's what you want to happen. It's more calm and collected compared to the previous V-twin, and ride-wise has a tinge of supermoto going for it. So far, so good.
You know what? So just finished taking off my suit, took a few laps around. Man, that bike is very, how do you say this? I mean, it's so powerful and it's so light. The only thing with the street, at least for me, is the fact that, you know, it's not fared. A lot of the wind's gonna be hitting you. So it gets scary, at least for me. Kasi, ang lakas eh. So the bike at that price range is a lot cheaper than its fared bigger brother. But in terms of power, it's pretty much the same experience with the Panigale, that guy. But again, the seating position of that and this is just different. You're more upright than the other one, hence it's more of an effort for you to go down in the sense that you gotta be conscious or you're gonna be blown away by the wind. I'm lucky that the bike I got to use was pretty much set up already. So the only thing that they did was the pipe. That's the only thing they changed. Apart from that, everything's pretty much as is and you don't need to really change anything. It's a really good bike. Now, it's not cheap. At the same time, it is comparatively more affordable than the Panigale. Like what I said, you're getting pretty much almost the same thing, minus the fairing and minus the riding position. So if you're in that area, this bike is definitely something you would want to look into. If you're considering other options as well, you must try this first before you decide to buy anything else. At least try it. At least try it.
Compared to the other Ducatis I've ridden, I'd say if there's anything that falls short, it would be some of the plastics, which can come off as cheap by comparison. But this is nothing to the true blue Ducati rider. It's all about performance, and this is where the Street Fighter shines. This is what matters. Great riding position and loads of power. Now, of course, the trade-off in this position is that since there's no windshield and you are upright, you will get a lot of wind on your chest. So, be careful. Impossible to sustain really high speeds in this position. But if you're simply talking about feeling everything with a more pronounced sense of speed, you're gonna get more of that with this bike versus the fared version. In terms of safety, you can go full throttle on second gear and your front tire will stay planted on the ground. You can't do a wheelie here while the anti-wheelie is on. Impossible. And with that much power and torque, this says a lot for Ducati's electronic safety features. Now, getting into more details with torque, which is the fun part of Ducati's, 70% of its torque can be found between 4,000 to 9,000 RPM, and 90% from 9,000 to 13,000 RPM. Compared to the Panigale V4, it is weaker by 6 bhp at peak power, and in the scheme of things in this level between these two bikes, it's negligible. To those familiar with Ducati's brute power, I'm happy to report that the cool, calm, and collected trait I see here is more of an add-on, as opposed to a subtraction of manners. This is every bit the unforgiving speed demon associated with the brand Ducati. The mid-range pounds hard, and acceleration-wise, it feels that its giving of power just goes on and on and on. It keeps on giving and giving. With power comes fuel consumption. As motorcycles go, this is a gas guzzler at 11.479 kpl. But yeah, you'll know where all the gas went once you feel your sore neck after 2 days of hard riding. Power needs gas. This bike has a lot of power, therefore needs a lot of gas. Price-wise, we are at 1.605 for the S, and the regular version is at 1.395. Yeah, I'd go for the S version and sleep soundly at night. And its price to performance spot up against other nakeds in the full-fared Panigale, I'd say this is a lot of motorcycle, a lot of power, and a lot of Ducati for the money. Can't go wrong with this one. Buy it, ride it, and enjoy its performance. This is Zach from Machina Moto Features. Ciao.
That's when they say I lost my only friend. They said she died easy with broken heart disease as I listened to the cemetery trees.